Nakaba's been on a hot streak recently, and this chapter is arguably the hottest of them all. The name of Escanor's powered-up The One form is called the One Ultimate. It's easily one of the coolest looking forms in the series, having Escanor look like a straight-up fire monster. I love how in the first panel his pants are covered by fire and you still see his little sun buckle. Speaking of cool forms, we also see Mellie Otis in his assault mode this chapter, which is one of my favorites in the series. Still waiting on that Demon King form though. After having his arm stuck in Escanor's literally hot abs for what felt like 2 weeks, the Demon King tried to resist by fruitlessly punching at the massive fireman in front of him. Escanor returned the favor by pummeling the Demon King while his fist was still stuck inside of his body. This is when we are told where Escanor's newfound power is coming from by Mellie Otis, who actually wasn't the one who granted it to him like I thought. It's actually Escanor burning off his own life force to power this form, meaning his life will set at the same time as this form does. The other Sins had a problem with this, however, so they jumped in to help take down the Demon King together, as a team. Escanor was of course upset at the sudden intrusion on his epic one-on-one showdown, but Mellie Otis reprimanded him for going on a suicide mission. Escanor then recounts of the time when Mellie Otis kept him in check and gave him a place to stay among the 7 deadly sins. It was confirmed that Escanor didn't have complete control over his power back then, and that Mellie Otis was the one who helped him master it, which explains why Assault Mode Mellie Otis was able to beat him last chapter. The proud Escanor actually admits how happy this all made him, and Gother says, "All too well." Well, of course you know all too well. You probably read his damn mind. Keep out of other people's minds, you heartless doll. Merlin kind of had a static look on her face, probably because she was deep in thought. I'm not sure what she was thinking, but maybe she should start using her brain a little and use her infinity magic to permanently keep Escanor in the One Ultimate mode. If she can freeze her own body in time, I don't see why she can't do it to Escanor. Or maybe she wants Escanor to die so he'll stop following her around so she can have some alone time with Arthur. Did that make your blood boil? I'm a better villain than the Demon King. But the Demon King did actually use a pretty cool move this chapter. He created some giant creepy looking darkness monster that reminds me of the monster from Spirited Away. Escanor, being afraid of nothing, decided to jump in head on against this creepy creature all on his own. But the other Sins weren't having that, so they jumped in right after him, telling Escanor that since he's putting his life on the line, it's only right for them to do the same for him. You want to know what would also be right, Mellie Otis? For you to actually use your Demon King form so Escanor wouldn't have to throw away his life in the first place. Escanor calls out the names of all of his fellow Sins and tells them it is too late for him to turn back now. But he has one final order to give them, and that is to allow him the honor of fighting alongside them. Mellie Otis and probably many fans of Escanor wiped away their tears, as it seems Escanor's time may finally be up. I still feel like something will end up saving Escanor, but there's definitely a high possibility of his life force permanently dimming. The chapter ends on that bittersweet note, and the title of the next chapter we're left with is Zeldris vs. the Demon King. So it seems we're finally going to switch back to the fight going on inside of Zeldris' body. I'm sure most of you are more interested in the fight between the Demon King and the Sins, but this fight is necessary as well. I'm guessing the next time we switch back to the Sins it will be the finale of the fight, as this fight has been going on pretty long, and with Escanor in his ultimate form not being able to last much longer, I don't think this fight will either. The only thing left is for Mellie Otis to go into his Demon King form and for Zeldris to kick the Demon King out of his body. Then they're probably going to kill or find a way to get rid of the Demon King for good. I wouldn't be surprised if the Supreme Deity comes out and RKOs the Demon King out of nowhere once he's weak either. It would be kind of messed up if she kills Zeldris along with him though. That could actually lead to the next arc with her being the villain. Or maybe they'll just beat the Demon King and have a happy ending. However, Arthur was still hinted to be coming back, so there will either be an arc after this one, or Nakaba's going to end the 7 deadly sins after this and start the spin-off with Arthur he talked about. I would kind of rather him just continue the 7 deadly sins, as I don't really care for Arthur that much. If Nakaba wanted to be the biggest troll in existence, he can have his Arthur spin-off manga be about how him and Merlin run off together in love while they leave Escanor behind to cry by himself, or they bring him along to be Merlin's manservant as he watches their love blossom. That is, if Escanor isn't already dead. Before I give Nakaba any more crazy ideas, I better end this here. Subscribe to help me reach my new form, the Weeb Ultimate.